But to look at that paper on the days, and there were days I wanted to rip it down.
Right.
But I think it's, I kept saying it, and eventually my body believed it. And I kept sending pictures back to the doctors through text on my face. And the notes I was getting back was, this is miraculous for a tumor your size and your placement. And so it's just, I do feel that I willpower really has no limits.
Right.
Because there is this mental fortitude that happens, that there is something that happens on the other side. And even if it's something that's different or changes you in some perspective, you're able to adjust to it because you have the ability to say,
Right.
I will get to this point.
Right. And your husband by your side the whole time going through it with you?
Oh, he was my, comedic caregiver. And I couldn't, I think now, as I went back and over the last couple of years and have been writing that journey of mine, there was one day where I came out of the office and I'm just in tears, only on the one side, but I'm just in tears. And I looked at him and I was like, oh my God, you were my caregiver. And he's like, yeah. And I think there's just this respect that happens
Right.
when it's like, you saw me at my absolute worst and everything. And there's a journey that caregiver goes through that I feel like I get really passionate about because it's unsung.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing story.
I don't know what you're talking
Part of me
about.
wants to tell you how sorry I am that you had to go through that, and then part of me is just blown away by your grace.
Thanks.
Right.
Yeah, seriously. So the recovery, getting having a 4% chance of having your facial expressions back. You seem so beautiful. I mean, you would never know, right? So
If I never had the story, heard that story when
Yeah,
you
you
walked
would
in,
never
I would have
know.
no idea.
Yeah.
That's great.
did you fight vanity at all? Did you?
Oh, yeah. There was a moment that in my
'Cause you're beautiful, and
in my
you've always been
recovery.
beautiful.
Oh gosh, thank you. There was a moment in my recovery where I remember staring at myself in my bathroom mirror, and I was like, "Who is that girl that it looks weak?" She, I looked frail. I looked weak. One side of my face wasn't moving, and I just started. I broke down and sobbed, and
Yeah.
this is where I fought back in that moment to do the only thing I knew to do, and I took a pen to a paper and I started to write down some words, and started with "I will," and it said, "I will smile with all my teeth. I will close my eye completely. I will chew on both sides. I will walk without assistance. I will be a better version of me." And I taped it up on my mirror, and I forced myself every time I came to the bathroom not to look at my reflection